All right, I think we're ready to go. Hey, everybody, welcome to the channel. This is my first time actually streaming on YouTube. So I'm hoping that it's going to turn out good and that the volume is okay and all that. Anyways, the Speed Paint Mega Set from Army Painter. Finally got my copy. Pre-ordered this a while back from my local game store. Speaking of my local game store, if you visit www.multizone.ca and you use Easterling as a promo code, you'll get 10% off your online order. Hey, not bad. Now, they are not a sponsor of this video. They did not give me this paint set. I paid for this. This is my own reviews, my own money. Um, I have started getting some backers or Kofi people on my Kofi site. I want to thank them again. Every little bit helps to be able to buy either new paints, new miniatures, new games. As you can see, I also have a bunch of little miniatures, speaking of that, all set up, ready, primed to test this out. So without further ado, let's get started with what comes in this box set. As you can see here, it's kind of heavy. I mean, you get all their speed paints. You get everything you need in this. So you don't need anything more. You get everything. You even get a free brush. I'm so happy because you know what? I never had, I think this is a monster brush. I never had a Army Painter monster brush. I have a whole bunch of other Army Painter brushes, but I'm looking forward to trying this. I'm going to use this only today too on this box set. So it's base, shadow, and highlight in one coat. So this is supposed to be one coat painting. So you just paint, you put it on, and there you go. This is what's included. These are all the nice colors. And of course, I also have all the colors from the contrast paint line, but I want to see, I'm not going to compare them today. I'm going to do that maybe in another video, or I might show you just some stuff I've had before and where it's done. So let's take a look here inside. How do we get this open? Right here. Okay. Oh, paints are falling out, it looks like here. Oh, oh, oh. There we go. Easy stuff. Oh, look at that. They got a new painting guide. Oh, UV spotting, spray, paint, dip, done. Now, I've never dipped my minis. I always use their washes. This takes 24 hours to dry. I'm not patient for that. So they've actually changed their booklet. They've added a few of their newer employees and some, oh, the color theory. There's their metallics paint, which you've seen on my channel. I've used it quite a bit. Anyways, we're not gonna go through this. I mean, this is just a book. That's not what we're here for. We're not here to look at a book. We're here to look at some paints. Yeah, some awesome paints. And that's what we're here for. So we're gonna take a look at this. Let's open. Oh, looks like there's a little staple in here. Okay, there we go. So first off we have is the Speed Paint Medium. So you'll want to add like either one drop, like a ratio of 1 to 2 or 2 to 2 or more of this to the actual speed paint. So to lighten it or to thin it down a bit. So anyways, we might try that today because I want to paint a whole bunch of these little, what are they called? I think they're called statues, living statues. So they're all rock color. There's actually nothing specific with them. Anyways, Malignant Green almost looks like oh yeah, and there's mixing balls. They actually preloaded these. You hear with mixing balls, and I think there's actually two of them, which is awesome. Like that is such a great idea. Slaughter Red, ooh, Cloudburst Blue. So to me, when I see this here, is that you're supposed to have something like it'll go from that color, that color, that color. So technically, if you have like white, it should show this as the white, this is a little bit lighter, and this is on your darkest areas. So if you do zenithal highlighting, I think that's what it would give. Purple Alchemy. Now, to me, that looks pink. Anyways, dark wood. All right. Holy white. Holy cow, that's holy white. I'm guessing that's like apothecary white. Absolution green. So we have another green there. Sand Golem. Okay, that's like a lightish, that could almost be a skin color. Magic blue. Grim black. All right. And then we're gonna, there's some more stuff here. Smash or misting items. Call us. Runic Grey. That almost looks like the, maybe Space Wolves Grey, possibly. Get out of the way. Oh, there's our brush. There's that beautiful brush. So it is a monster brush. The bristles look almost perfect. That's great. So we're going to set that aside. We'll use that soon enough. Let's just get that plastic out of the way here. Crusader skin. Okay. Pretty cool. High Lord Blue. Pallid Bone. All right. I wonder how much you have to shake these suckers. Now, on the live stream, I'm not going to use my shaker because it makes a lot of noise. So, Camo Cloak. That seems like Creed Camo. Fire Giant Orange. Blood Red. Orc Skin. That looks a lot paler than, well, again, look at the difference. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but that is super dark. That is light. Plasmatic Bolt. That's like a turquoise almost. Zealot Yellow. That almost looks red. How is that yellow? Hardened Leather. All right. Gravelord Grey. And Hive Dweller Purple. Now, I've heard that the Hive Dweller Purple is very purple. Very dark purple. All right. So what we're going to start off with, actually, is we're going to test this. I actually just want to do a quick thing here. It's a door. This is from Hero Quest, and I've already painted almost all the doors with Space Wolves Grey, and I said I wasn't going to compare, but I'm not going to show you both paintings. Space Wolves Grey and Basilicanum Grey. Okay, so that's what I used. So I used the blue, the Griff Charger, or the Space Wolves Greys on the door, on the frame, and then that down here. So if I look at it, I'm assuming it would be Gravelord Grey, and I have to find something. I don't think it's the High Lord Blue. Probably the Runic Grey here. So this is probably going to be my two colors. So, what am I looking for? I need something, because they say not to use a wet palette. So I will just use this little dinky plastic thing here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try the Gravelord Grey first. I'm going to shake that up. I hope that the chat, I mean, everything is working on the stream right now. I have no way of checking. I could check, I guess, quickly. Yeah, I don't see. Is this live? I hope so. We're hoping this is live. Anyways, find out, right? Okay. Gravelord Grey. We're gonna give that a good shake. I don't know how much you gotta shake it. Get your exercise in. Make your wrists very, very strong. Let's see here. Okay. Open this up. We're gonna just drop maybe 2 drops for now. See if that's enough. Maybe 3. There we go. I'm not the type of person who likes to waste. So using that new monster brush. All right, sorry about that. We're gonna dip this in there, and this is the Gravelord Grey. So this is supposed to be for the bottom part here. Let's see here. Oh, okay. I don't know if I should have wet my brush first, maybe. And it looks like I have a hair on there, a little fur. Okay. Now, I did use Army Painter's matte white primer on these, but I ran out, so I had to just use a basic white primer that I got from my craft store because, yep. And so it might look a bit different. Now, I did use the matte white from Army Painter on the miniatures, though, on those living statues. So that's going to really show what that does on the Army Painter white. The other colors I've used as primers was actually Skeleton Bone from Army Painter And I decided to go with Gray Seer from Citadel because that's what you usually use for their contrast paints. And you can glob this on quite a bit and so on. Just want to get all these little nooks and crannies here. Make sure I don't miss any. Oh, see, speaking of missing something, I did. All right. So I don't know how long it takes for those to dry, but I'm going to set that aside for now. So as you can see, it does a pretty good job of getting into all those little areas. And now this is a good miniature to check on that because it really shows how you can use contrast paints. Let's just wash off the brush here. I think my brush might have been a little, there we go. Now it's a little bit softer, my brush. This is probably what I needed to do originally, was wet it a little bit just to get it more absorbent on the speed paint. I'm going to dry that a bit here. All right. The Runic Grey, we're going to come back to it. We're going to try it on that. Now, having tried that Gravelord Grey, this is what I'm supposed to be putting here. I'm going to show you guys. So this is here, let me get the card here. Living Statue Mob, okay, from Massive Darkness 2. By the way, if you haven't seen that unboxing video, it's in my playlist. So this is what they're supposed to look like, okay? So they got they're just gray statues. I might do some dry brushing afterward, but they're pretty much just stone. There's no extra to them. I mean, I could do his cape in a different color if I wanted to. This is the mob leader, and then this is the actual minion that follows him around here. So, but they're all supposed to be gray. But having seen what that gray does on here, that might be a little too dark. So what I'm going to try now is I put a few drops. I'm going to actually add the speed paint medium mix in. Yeah, it is dang impressive how well they sink into the cracks. And yeah, I know to be honest, I don't have a door with me here from the Hero Quest set. I wish I did. I'd go get it, but it's too much trouble. You're right. It doesn't seem to have gone into the cracks that well. So we're just gonna mix up this. I hope my sound is good. I don't know if you can let me know if the sound is good in the chat. So the speed paint medium, we're just gonna add a little bit, maybe 2 drops. Let's go with 2 drops here. 1 and 2, just to maybe lighten up that Gravelord Grey a bit, and mix that up. Okay, get some on the brush. And you know what? We're just gonna go right from the top here. Look at that. Okay, this is just with 2 globs. This is more of a stone-like figure. Look at that. It just goes on so nicely. Let's keep going here. So do you brush up or do you brush down when you use contrast paints? Or speed paints now? I'm going to have to start getting used to saying speed paints. Yeah, because these puppies are going to be useful in painting all these mobs, I think, for Massive Darkness, which will become soon videos on the channel. Keep your eye out for that. Massive Darkness and Black Rose Wars. Actually, I'm going to be painting those up soon. Today, I'm just showing you guys some of these Massive Darkness mobs. I'm just going to put some of this Gravelord stone on here. So in the straight areas, like flat surfaces, it seems to not, you know, it streaks a bit, but that's fine because look at those cracks. Look at that. That is amazing. I'm already impressed with these speed paints. Now we're just going to keep going here. A little bit more of this Gravelord Grey because this whole guy. Now for his minions, I might actually keep them with no medium. I might actually keep him a darker color just because I want him to be different looking than his minions, right? So we get in there. Oh, this brush. I love the brush. Why didn't I ever get a brush like this before? I mean, I have my own brushes, but I don't usually use army painter brushes that much. I use some of them, but not much. I think I got everything on the front of this guy. You know, maybe not let it pool up as much. I'm going to add some more here. Gravelord Grey. I'm going to put maybe 3 dots. 1, 2, 3. And I think it was 1 or 2. I think I did. Well, I don't know. There was maybe, so I'll put 1 just to. I'm not sure if I had more. I think I had 2, but I'll just go 1 because I think I put less of the speed paint. Just mix that up now. All right. All right, I'll finish off his hammer here. Oh, I think I might have put a little less medium in there because this looks a little bit darker than the rest of them. Let's take a look here. Oh, it's getting that snout. This hammer. So, I mean, as you can see, this is like getting an army done. Well, I'm not doing an army. I'm doing mobs. So, but if you were like into Warhammer and you need to get stuff onto the table quickly and you don't just want that plastic color, these speed paints will do the job. Now, I know there's a million other videos out there already, but those people all got them handed to them by sponsors. I don't have sponsors yet. Looking for some, always welcome. Uh, and so I had to wait like every other paying customer for this to come out in stores, in retail. And I didn't want to get the starter set because it has, what, half of these paints in it? And I wanted all of them. I just wanted all the speed paints. I wanted to get them all. I really get that cape. Because also, if I would have got the starter set, well, I would have to get them individually, the other pots, and that would have came up to a little bit more. Now, my local game store actually gave me a pre-order bonus on this, so that was good. It was a little bit better priced. But here you got to be careful because you will streak. So I got a better price on it because of a pre-order, but it still came out of my pockets, folks. All the stuff that I paint and all my equipment comes out of my pockets. If ever I have a Ko-fi page and a Patreon page, if you like what I'm doing on the channel, you can always support me. And look, I'm not asking for thousands of dollars. I'm looking for $3 here and there. So if you can spare that little amount of change, feel free. All right, there you go. Now, not sure. Oh, you know what? Just noticed I missed his hand here. Yeah, a little bit of his cape. There you go. Wow, look. Oh, you know what? Sometimes you just don't see it till you move out of the light. I missed some of his boot here. Now, if I were to go over some spots already, like see if I'd go like this here, just on his mask, you'll see it darkens a bit more. And if I go over that armor a bit more too, it will darken it a bit more. As you can see here, wow. Now that looks like a live statue. Like that looks like stonework at its most perfect. I don't know. This is beautiful in my opinion. I don't know. Like, and this would be a very fast paint job, of course, right? Like you're painting this mini and you're like, well, I'm done. Well, I put some glowing eyes in there. I've got some glowing effects. I'll probably do that on afterwards. Uh, it's a pity these won't show up on my channel as a separate paint job, but I might. I might show the mobs separately and paint them up after. Yeah, I think. Oh, did I miss a spot there? Yes, I did. All right. Okay, we're gonna let him dry. Oh, underneath here too. You gotta be careful with these sometimes. All right, let him dry. All right, let's wash off the old brush here. Let's see how well this washes off. I got my old paint pot, water pot over here. Water pot. Is that what you want to call it? Water pot. To then dry it off. All right. All right, so let's see if we go back to the door here. So it's still a bit wet. I'd like to put on that. Well, if I hold it here and here, and that's actually, this is going to be a good test because I don't have anything to hold this right now. I'm going to hold it in my fingers and see here. So we're going to go with that Runic Grey. Shake that up a bit. I'm not going to dilute it with any medium. I'm going to go straight from the bottle. Now, I don't know how long you're supposed to shake these things for. You know, always a wonder. So let's put some of that in here. Put maybe what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 should be enough. 5 little drops of this Runic Grey. So I'll grab the old monster brush here. Now I got some water on my fingers by accident there. So let's see if me just holding on to this is going to rub off or not. All right, here we go. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's very similar to Space Wolf's Gray. Now, depending on how much you want to put on here, so you got to go a little closer to the edge. You got to be careful of the black there, or the, whatever it was called. I have to don't remember. Gravelord Grey. So this one, and we're gonna just go over here, get a little bit in the nooks and crannies up there. We're gonna go up this way. Now you might be wondering, why did I paint these doors in this kind of grayish blue? Well, frankly, I didn't want all that in the Hero Quest board, because that would have been like boring, all this gray. And I don't know if you saw my video on the painted doors from Hero Quest. So I paint the doors that are closed with some different contrast inks, and what's the other one? I think yeah, game inks from Vallejo. Instant colors by Scale 75 as well. Now, I don't know if it's the white primer I used, but so definitely use Army Painter's matte white, because this one, I don't know, I think it's a little too shiny or a little too glossy. It seems like the speed paint isn't going on as well. So you just dab it on here. We're going to turn around. So far, the Gravelord Grey seems to be staying in place. See, it doesn't seem to be rubbing off, which is a good thing. Now, I've also heard that these paints reactivate when you put a different coat on. So later on, I'm not going to show this on camera, but what I did is I dry brushed some sort of green on just the vines and around the vines, just to give it like a mossy look. And yeah, so let's get, I think I'm not putting enough on my brush, maybe that's what the problem is here. I'm almost out, so I'm gonna have to just suffer it. There we go. So 5 dabs, 5 little dots for a door. And to be honest, I got a lot of doors left to do. All right, hey, look at that. That looks really good. That came out looking pretty good, I would say. Like, he gets into those nooks and crannies pretty well. It's not too blue either. It's a little blue. That's a hint of blue. Not too blue. Just rinse off the old brush here. All right. So I'm going to try one more color. I just don't know what I want to try. So do you guys want to see? Let's see here. I think I might go for a bright color here. So, and this is going to be on Skeleton Bone. Well, actually, I'm going to try the other one too, because it's on the grace here, and I want to show that. So this is Skeleton Bone on a Naga. These are from Massive Darkness 2. That's the leader, and this is a regular Naga. So as you can see, it goes like a white to a very light blue to a very dark blue, and on the back and the hands, it's got like an orangey red. So to try and mimic that, now I saw Holy White. Where's that Holy White? Holy White. The thing is, Holy White on here probably won't look so good. We're going to try it anyways, right? What's the harm? We're going to need a very bright red. So I think, I don't know if Slaughter Red or, I think Slaughter Red is more bright than dark. And then we need a very light blue. Not the Runic Grey. Maybe Magic Blue. And then we have, oh wait, we got a High Lord Blue and a Magic Blue. Do we have another blue? Oh, we got Cloudburst Blue. Uh-oh. Got too many blues. Let's just move these out of the way here. So, to be honest, I think we have to go with the Magic Blue and the Cloudburst Blue. Now, I just hope that on the Skeleton Bone, because it does have like a bit of a hint of yellowish green to it. I don't know what color you would call this. That the blue doesn't get like defaded away kind of thing. So let's try it. Let's start with the holy white. Shake that up. Like I said, I would normally put it in my paint shaker, but it makes a lot of noise. If you want, like, I'll see if it captures it. My mic might not actually capture it, but it might. It actually doesn't capture it. Right now, it's in my paint shaker. It's loud. All right, so give that a good shaking in there. At least you don't break your wrist with those things. All right. Oh, okay. This bottle, there we go, was a little stuck. All right, let's uh, 1 and 2. Okay. Now, when you pour this out, I'm just going to show you quickly on the palette here. Looks great. So I don't know how good this is going to be on skeleton bone. I really can't tell you. This might be very weird. What we're going to do is we're going to just want to get like the neck here, some of the chest. So it's more of a gray than a white. There you go. Just dab this on a bit. We're going to go down to maybe this little spine here. There we go. There you go, underneath the mouth there. And then we want to get this partially under the arms as well. Like this. And it looks like under the hands. And I just painted myself here. Under the hands here, like this. So, yeah. Looks more like a gray than a white. But I mean, how do you do white in a contrast or a speed paint? How do you do white? I mean, seriously. I mean, it would have to be clear. Yeah, is that, how is this arm going? I think it's going around backwards a bit. So this is a little bit more tricky because there's no real nooks and crannies in this area of the hand or the arm. And I think this is part of the underarm. This is here. But that's a little bit, there you go. All right. I think the under of his mouth here, this part of the neck here, underneath his mouth. Okay. And then what's fun with these speed paints is, you put this pretty much on, you can put this on the entire miniature like I did with the living statue there. And then you do your details after with Army Painter paints or whatever paint you have. This is meant to save you time now. So if you can do an entire miniature just with these speed paints, like you've seen, I actually recently uploaded one with all the contrast paints on a giant Osiris miniature. I recently did that one, and it's all contrast paints. So it is possible to do it, and you do have to do some highlighting or some dry brushing here and there, but it's a lot less trouble. Okay, we're going to dry this a bit more because it's pretty wet, this brush. I don't know if I should change brushes, but I just want to use this one. I really want to test this brush. I want to see, and so far I gotta say, I'm loving it. It grabs the right amount of speed paint on it. As you can see, I don't know if you can see it or not. We'll get a little bit closer here. It becomes gray, less white. But maybe once we let's go with this magic blue now. And we're going to shake it first with our hands. We're going to shove that into the mixer here, into the paint shaker. It says a nail lacquer shaker. I bought that off of Amazon. But I use it for a paint. I call it the paint shaker. So it's in there now. I'm glad you guys can't hear this. From what I'm seeing here, you can't hear any of this. So that's great. All right. Let's only put a couple dabs of this because I feel like I'm wasting some, but that's okay, right? 1 and 2 little drops. This is 2. Oh my, that is blue. That is very blue. This might even be too blue for what I want to do here. So we're going to go try and follow some of the artwork. We're going to go a little bit like right next to where I put that white a while ago. Whoa, that is blue. Like blue, popping blue. We're just going to want to get the inside scales, like skin. And so we're going to go from here. We're going to go there. We go up to there. Just grab this here. And it doesn't matter if we hit a bit more off the sides because that darker blue is going to come in later. And just finish off the side so we can pool up here. I'm not sure what this is, so we're going to do it like as if it was his underskin, just to mix it in. And then, I'm saying he, but I mean, it could clearly be female. Anyways, our gender neutral. Let's see here. Here we go. I think I'm not using my same lighting as I usually do when I paint these on my other camera, so it's a little touchy. I think I got everything I wanted there. Awesome. Yeah, that blue looks nice. Goes on clear. Let's wash this brush off. Of course. Don't want to mix our colors now, do we? Sorry if my other camera's a little off and you're not seeing me too much, but try my best here. Okay. Yeah. All right, now we're going to try this Cloudburst Blue. Shake that up a bit. And put it in your paint shaker. There you go. I hope you guys enjoy this live feed. I'd like to do more of these once in a while of me painting miniatures here and there. If you guys want to chat, talk about what you're painting, what you've worked on, what you like about the channel, what you don't like about the channel. I want to hear negative stuff too, because that'll help me improve my channel and get better content. Oh my God, some of these are on there tight. Kind of good, I guess. Let's shove this over here. Let's do a couple little dabs of that. All right. More like 3 dabs of that. Now, hopefully my brush is dry enough. It feels like it. So this is going to be pretty much for, because now I got to somehow do his or her back with that slaughter red, like here. And then I think it's going to have to go down there. So this is supposed to be this blue here. So we're going to try and get just what I need. Oh, this is a nice blue. Now, was a skeleton horde a good choice, do you think, for this particular mini or this colors? These colors, I mean, if you overlap a little bit here, it kind of gives it a cool look, anyways, right? So this is going to be blue as well. So we're going to try not to hit that middle part. I mean, the best part about using Army Painter primers is that all their war paints also have 100% color match. So if I were to go over that part in the middle here, I just grab a little bit of skeleton bone, paint right over it, we're good to go. Right? So we're going to just go up here, get into here. We're going to go, I think this one's better to go upwards because the scales are going downwards. So this gets really into everything. I know I'm a little off here camera. I might think I'm okay. And so that there. Now we're going to come back over here now. We're going to go start going down, or up, I should say. Here we go. Nice little Cloudburst Blue. This is also great if you're batch painting, because with these mobs from Massive Darkness and Massive Darkness 2, so this is, again, like I said, this is from Massive Darkness 2, which will be on the channel soon enough. They're mobs, right? So you get like, whoops, you get like 6 of the same miniature. And sure, I mean, you could differentiate them a bit. Like there's these undead skeleton warrior dudes, which look awesome to paint. But they have capes and belts and armor. Well, you could easily paint their cloaks in different colors. So at least then on the table, they're not identical. And of course, the boss, you definitely want to do a different color for sure. So this Cloudburst is doing pretty nicely. Oops, there I go painting myself again on this skeleton bone. Now I think the rattler part I'm going to leave for that red and that skin there. Yeah, this is looking great. Okay. Now I don't know if this part should be maybe red underneath here too. Maybe because this looks like more like the scale. So let's just go this way a bit for now. Get into those nooks and crannies. I feel like I'm not putting enough on my brush maybe. And I think I'm running out. Don't have enough. So let me just grab a little bit more. This gray Cloudburst Blue, folks. A couple more dabs of that. Now, price range. These are about half the price of Citadel's contrast paints. Now, I don't know. I don't remember. I mean, it comes up to about, there's what, 24 bottles in here, including, I think, the medium. I'm not sure. I don't know if to count. I don't feel like it right now. And I'd say that means it comes up to about $4 Canadian a bottle, I think. Is that? No. Yeah, approximately. Maybe 4.50 a bottle. Citadel paints, if you get them in the stores, a lot of online stores have them usually on sale for like 7.50 Canadian, but a lot of places when you go in the store, talking about $9 to $10 a bottle. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they're the exact same amount as well in the bottles as the speed paints. So for more bang for your buck, you're going to want to go with speed paints. Now, that said, there are more contrast colors than there are speed paints. Is that an issue? Do you need more colors? Some painters out there will be like, yes, for sure you need more colors. What is wrong with you? So what I'm going to do? I'm going to leave that red, and I'm going to do this part here red underneath that. I think it's going to be cool. And it's going to finish off this miniature pretty cool looking. And frankly, I think I forgot some parts, but oh, wait a minute. You know what? The top of the arms here, the top parts. Oh, this is going to be interesting to do. It looks like it's from the shoulder here, cross here to where the elbow goes. Just like that. So let's go like that. Again, from here, across the shoulder to the, was it forceps, biceps, triceps? Those muscles. The muscles that get a good usage when you start mixing your paints up. Just going to go like that here. So you can see I'm more like doing like a paint because this is very flat, this area. So there's not much you can get. This is a very dark blue. So I think that looks pretty good. I mean, yeah, I made a little bit of choppiness here, but there we go. Okay, that's good. Let's dry this, wash this off. Okay, oh, that's very blue. Should be able to get that all out of the brush. Looks like I did. Might need a good washing after, but anyways. All right, we're going to go to Slaughter Red, which looks to be a lot more bright red. So let's take a look at that. All right. Shake it. Whoops. Paint shaker time. Paint shaker time. I don't know if it needs to go in the paint shaker. I'm just not taking a chance. I like giving it like a few seconds in there anyways to... All right, let's put this over here. 1, 2... Oh, let's put 3 just to be safe. Now, it does dry very fast on the palette as well. Well, not super fast. I mean, it's drying fast enough. All right, so now we got to get top of his head here. Ooh, this is a very, very nice red. That is getting pretty much everywhere I want to. Wow. Very nice red. Again, if you go over that blue a little bit, not a big deal. A little bit of a blending going on there. Hey, I'm not a master painter, right, folks? I like the hobby, and I like painting for fun. So, yeah. If it messes up a bit, not the end of the world. There you go. Just get a little on that there. Ooh, that's looking good. We're going to go down his back here. There we go. Again, if you touch some of that blue, not a big deal. Make it almost like a purplish skin tone that kind of mixes into each other. Look at that. So it looks like it's a little bit more of a reddish orange in the artwork, but this is not that bad. The mouth, I guess, have to do something different, I guess, with it later. Get that there. Now the inside of the hand is done. So here we're going to go right across. I might have hit the other side there. No, I did not. Hey. You gotta take your time a little bit. Just go just slowly across. Like I said, you're going to want to do the details like after, maybe the nails, if you want to do a different color on the nails. You want to do a different color, the eyes and all that, which I will be doing. And it's kind of cool, even if you leave some of the, see if you leave some of the skeleton bone too, it kind of like all mixes in together. Now again, there's the white. You might have to actually paint a white there first before actually like putting that holy white there. So we're gonna go a little bit, get that there, that there. Looks like I got some of that holy white there a while ago, which is perfect because it goes underneath the hand. Right. Almost dipped my brush into the blue. That would not have been good. I mean, it would have been purple, but it would not have been the skin tone I was going for. Right. So we just, as you can see, when there's not many areas that are like nooks and crannies and stuff, it's okay. I mean, you might want to just paint that with a regular paint. We continue here down the arm, just to get it down to here. And there we go. Now there's just his rattler left. I just noticed I missed a spot there. You can see in the eyes though what it does. Now it's not super pronounced. Maybe I didn't put enough, but oh, in the scales it's looking good. So let's go get, oh, this is going to be a fun little tricky area. There we go. But again, if you hit some of the blue, not a big deal, right? Unless you're like those perfectionists that are like, oh my god, what's he doing to that miniature? He's completely botching it. Yep. No, I'm doing a good job, I think. I like what I do. I love painting my miniatures. It's a hobby that keeps me going. Although, if you are not into the hobby, it is an expensive hobby. I do have to say. But if you have a ton of plastic lying around and you want to get started, Speedpaints might be an option for you because, like you see, it's just one coat. I don't have to put any washes on. I won't have to highlight necessarily on the white, especially on the skeleton bone. Or maybe it's just this model that's a little bit iffy, a little bit more tricky. Yeah, I'm not sure I like that skin color with this, but all in all, it's pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool. All right, so I'm not going to do the other guys like this right away. Nah, for sure. Heck, I might even change them up later on when I paint them for real. The other 5 or 6 of those, plus the boss. Now, the boss has a really nice yellow and orange hint to it. That'll be really cool. So, all right. I think that's good enough. Now, the last thing I want to test out, let's go back to this live statue. Look at that. All right, he's done, right? Like, a little dry brushing there on him of some sort of gray and get some glowy stuff in his eyes and his mouth. And he's supposed to look like a rock. Well, this is a freaking rock. He ain't going anywhere. Let's take a look at the door. Hey, look at that blue. Look at that. That is nice. This, once I get the dry brushing done again of the vines, it's going to look pretty nice. That almost looks identical to the contrast door. All right, so the last thing we're going to be doing is this is from the very first Massive Darkness, but this is from the upgrade pack that Massive Darkness 2 gives. So if you have Massive Darkness 1, by the way, and you want to play Massive Darkness 2, you can use the Orcan Forces from it. So these guys have like this weird grayish skin tone. I like my orcs to be green. And what I've done, I've actually put on some shining silver from the army painter on this weapon and some gunmetal, which is a darker silver on his armor here and his helmet, okay? What we're going to do now is we're going to paint some of this Camo Cloak because I think this is closest to Creed Camo, which I love using on orcs. So we're going to put that. I mean, I have orc skin. Could have put that. And again, I could have put that Gravelord Grey, but I don't find Gravelord Grey is good for, I don't know, for an orc. I don't know, it would be bluish or almost black. Like, no, not for an orc. We're going to try this Camo Cloak. What, Cloak Camo? Camo Cloak. Anyways, looks like a very light green color. We're going to try that out. And this is on Grey Seer Citadel's primer. So we're going to see what that comes out like. So, shake that up a little bit more. Oh, God, these bottles. Wow, they really sealed them. I'm going to put this over here. Okay, it looks very dark on my palette. I'll show you that quickly. Like, that's the green there. But I'm assuming that when you put it on. So what we're going to want to do is I'm just going to slap it all over the top part of this mini. And when I do the details, I'm going to like redo all the armor and stuff like that. Just to show you what it looks like. We're going to slap it all over his face here. Oh, that is dark. That does not look at all like what's on the bottle. Not at all. Okay, once you get down a little bit further, but I mean, I want it to go in these. Get in there. This is where probably some of that medium would have came in handy. Wow. That is dark. And for the other guys, like his minions, this is the boss, by the way, or the leader. I might go a different color. I was really hoping this was a lot lighter than this. But, and like I said, see, I'm going over all the armor pieces. This is also going to show what it does as shadow effects kind of thing. Now, I didn't do any zenithal highlighting here at all. I mean, if you want to do that, you would put black first and then either gray seer or white. I specifically like more white. If not, if you use gray seer, then a little dry brush of white on top of that too, just going stroke downwards, like nothing too subtle, because then you want to make it look like the light's hitting it right from above. As you can see, I hit the belt there a while ago, but and nothing I can do to fix that really. So we're going to get his ears here, neck, more ears there, under the arm. Don't want to miss that. There you go. This other arm. So again, like I said, I'm getting all the armor, not a big deal, because hopefully, and this is going to be my test later on when I start painting these for real, is that, and that'll be a way to show them on here, is that I will see if they reactivate after many days of sitting there. Because some people said, oh yeah, the paint starts reactivating, and or the speed paint. What they mean by activating is that it starts getting wet again and it starts leaking. Like it starts pretty much recreating itself kind of thing. Maybe getting to pool itself. I don't know, maybe it comes off. Some people have suggested using a varnish in between paints. And to be honest, I have the matte varnish from Citadel, from Army Painter. I've never used it. My miniatures don't seem to crack or fade, or I don't know if I'm just lucky or I don't play them enough. Maybe that's probably another reason. Yeah, that's a little bit of his metal armor there. Okay, so he still has a bit of his legs here to do. So we're just going to go in here. And like I said, if I hit some of that metal, not a big deal. His other one is hidden, and then he's got his foot protruding, his little toes here. So there we go. And the rest is like a sock or a not a sock, but like a bandage. And this one too is just his toes, it seems like. Oh, we got a little bit of green here. A little bit of. So I don't want to hit too much non-green because those parts are going to be done with some more contrast paints later on. There you go. Okay. Oh, chin. And there you go. Okay. Now what we're going to do, something I've done with contrast paints is paint over silver paint. All right. So we're going to go here. Clean this off. Wow, the green came off really nice off the brush, by the way. As you can see, like it's almost spotless here. So I don't want to make, let's see if, for his helmet, I want to make it like a shiny helmet. I mean, let's try the Zealot yellow. This might make like a goldish color. We're going to try it for on the shining silver. Let's try a Zealot yellow. All right. Take a look at that and see here. All right, I think that was way too long. In the paint shaker. All right, let's pop some of this. This looks more orange in my opinion, but all right. Let's try this. This is very orange. All right, so we're just going to go on top of the shining silver. Whew. A nice little coating here. I get over all that silver. And this is shining silver, so it might actually, when it dries, it might pop more as like a, look at that. Okay, you see the silver still shining through quite a bit, and it's not that bad. Now for his helm, I'm actually going to try the black. We're going to try black on that silver. I have used the Black Templar contrast on a silver primer before, and I found that the black, it's the shine didn't come through that much. Like it just looks like the paint became, it made it bland, made it like matte. So okay, this is gonna be the last speed paint I test today on this stream. So I hope this has been fun for you guys. I might edit some of the video out to show just the unboxing part and stuff like that. But anyways, I hope you're enjoying the channel. Let's see here. All right, black on this helm of his. Ooh, kind of liking that. Look at that. Almost making it as if it was a wash instead. Now, am I putting on too much? Not enough? Look at that. That looks really cool. Now, there aren't many details on this, but I got some armor down here I'm going to do as well with the black. And we'll see here. Just finish off the helm. All that there. I think I'm missing there. A little hard to see, actually, to be honest. If I got all the silver, I think so. That's pretty cool. Okay, now let's just get this armor plate here. Oops. Now, was this a good idea to paint this before doing the robes? Probably not. Worst case is touch it up a bit. Okay, now the silver's still showing up on the side here. There you go. All right. Hey, not bad. Okay, so I'm just going to rinse this off before I give my final thoughts on the speed paint. Now the brush is going to need a good drying. All right, so as you can see, good range of paints. We got, you know, tried on some miniatures here and a door. This guy, yeah, I might redo the skin and put some white and then put that holy white over it because this looks a bit weird. The blue, this Cloudburst Blue, is not as blue as I was hoping. This is a nice blue. The red goes on very well. Pretty nice. All in all, I mean, I was just impressed with this here. But again, this has some mixing medium in it. So it made it a little bit lighter, but I mean, he just looks like a real stone living statue. Again, I'll say it again. Anyways, I hope this was informative for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a comment down below if you're considering getting these speed paints, if you've gotten these speed paints, if you've tried these speed paints, and just in general what you think about the hobby. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel and you haven't seen any of my videos before. Take a look at them. I've got Ankh miniatures, Zombicide miniatures, all sorts of cool stuff. And we'll catch you all in the next one.